Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of 3, 2, 1 Pitch Slap.
Pitch slap.
Tonight, Dan the Man is hooking us up with a tale that he's been cooking. So, Dan the Man, when you are ready, the mic is yours, and we look forward to hearing what you got.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you for that introduction. So kind of like par for the course. This isn't really in fully fleshed out form yet. It's really just a small idea. A little bit of a mystery box in the form of J.J. Abrams, in which I haven't figured out what the puzzle is yet. But I guess I was working on sort of a supernatural mystery. Sort of like a crime procedural. It starts off with a detective who is trying to find out what happened at a specific house. So far, the details on my mind are that the house burned down of mysterious origins, and the owners were inside when it burned down, in their basement that was locked, not from like the inside of the basement, like it had a deadbolt from the outside of the basement, so it was like they were locked in. But there was like, so he's trying to figure out like what happened there. There was no sign of them trying to exit the basement. And he's just trying to figure out like the origins of this fire. So he's doing some digging. He's like, talking to some neighbors, and they mention like, oh, did you know, like, they're talking about like it being like a haunted house. And that kind of, I'm not exactly sure what the parameters of the haunting is, but I was like, it could be cool to have a crime procedural that intersects with like a ghost story of somehow. I was thinking that perhaps the detective finds a journal in like one of those fireproof boxes of one of the owners, recounting some of like the strange experiences that was going on in the house. I was thinking like part of it could be like the fire alarms were going off, and like indiscriminately, in the middle of the night, and they got so frustrated that they just like unplugged the fire alarms. You know what I mean? Which is a little bit spooky, because like the house burnt down. So yeah, I guess it's just like a mystery, like what happened there. Why did these people, well, like how did they get into a basement that was locked from the outside? Like who did that? Like trying to track down like if there was any motive to like kill these people. Also trying to figure out like why these people wouldn't try to like break down the door. There was no sign of them like trying to break down the door. Yeah, I don't know that like that's all I have so far. Thinking crime procedural ghost story. I don't know if you've ever seen. I think it was called like An American Haunting or something. It had like Sissy Spacek, Donald Sutherland, a couple of other big actors, but that story is also a little bit of a crime procedural. And it's a ghost story. And I was like, oh, it could be interesting to do something a little bit like that. So.
No, that's a very cool thing. It's kind of like Incarnate. I don't, similar detectives trying to figure out some horror stuff. Or, God, it has Eric Bana in it.
Oh, is it like the movie Sinister or something?
Same guy who did Sinister.
Okay.
Similar, like same guy. Scott Derrickson directed it. Eric Bana and I think Edgar Ramirez are in it. I don't know the name of the movie; it escapes me. But no, I think that's really cool. A crime procedural versus a ghost story. Now this house, that you're talking about that burns down, is it like in the middle of suburbia? Is it in the city, or is it in like the country?
I was thinking suburbia.
Suburbia.
It's got like I don't know, like neighbors flanking on either side.
Mm,
They know a little bit of like the lore.
right.
So
Well, I think that gives you a lot of room to play with. You know what I mean? Because suburbia, right? People act like they're friendly, but everyone kind of just retreats inside.
mm,
And you don't really know what the inside of their house likes, like how that reflects them. So yeah, you got a lot of room. Like they could be like, oh yeah, the Douglases, they're real friendly. Do you know them? No. So it's like,
yeah. I actually really like that take on that, Stefan.
so I think it leaves a lot of room. Like, how well do you really know people? Like their practices, right? People are nosy in suburbia, but like you also have that line where it's like, I don't want to gossip, but I want to hear the gossip. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that could come into play with the detective following up on like all the various neighbors' opinions. Maybe one neighbor complains about their dog always barking, and it's like, Miss, this isn't helpful whatsoever. Or it's just really, I'm not the person to talk to about that. Or like, the dog's dead, right? Like there's no barking anymore. Um,
It's funny, Stefan. I actually had a dog in mind. I had a scene. I didn't say it out loud, but I had a scene in mind. And like it was sort of like unrelated to the crime procedural, and I'm like, oh, maybe like the guy reads about it in like the journal or diary that he's reading about it. I just thought of a creepy scene, like the dog was barking at like a corner of the basement, for some indiscriminate reason, and they have to like usher it out of the basement, and then they go to sleep, and then like they wake up facing that corner of the basement for some reason. Like, what's in the corner? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I thought that could be kind of creepy. Like, there's something in the basement. Like, they were in the basement when they died. Um, you know, something obviously wants them in there. So I don't know.
no, I like again. I think you have a big sandbox. And that's cool, because it could be cult like. Are they into that type of stuff? Are they into like they tried to conjure something because maybe one of their kids died and they wanted to come back? I don't know. Whatever creepy people
Yeah,
do in basements, that leaves a lot of possibilities for you. And I feel like your detective can either be a skeptic. Is he an older guy, younger guy, or younger woman, older woman?
I haven't figured that out yet. Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, the details are kind of fuzzy, but you're asking the right questions. Thank you for prompting this, Stefan.
No, yeah, no, it's a very good story, Dan, and I think they're genres that people also really enjoy, right? Like there are tons of procedurals, both in movies and televisions, and then people are hooked on the paranormal. I mean, I know Halloween's just passed, but it doesn't change. People still love that stuff. So you're playing in two various areas. I think that people want to read. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of room for these things, right? Like, so I think however you end up doing it, you're gonna have fun. I think you have room to have some fun side characters and some real genuine scares. Like
Mm.
I don't know, it'd be cool. Like if it was a movie, I don't know if this is intended as a story or a film, but like if this ghost or whatever it is, if like you see the outline of it with like the ash,
That'd
like
be cool.
or like the
Yeah.
smoke outlines it or something. I don't know. Something like that would be cool.
Yeah, like you see it as the person watching like the movie, but like the person there doesn't see it, like the detective. Yeah.
Right, right, right. It's like one of those things like in the background, or like one of the firefighters on scene could be like, I swear there was someone there. I swear there was. And then like they put him on leave so the detective goes to talk to him about what he saw. Like that could
Yeah.
be another cool avenue. But, I think in general you have a fun sandbox here, and I'd very much be interested in seeing, you know, if you move forward with it, what you add and come up with.
Thank you, Stefan. I really appreciate you listening and entertaining my idea.
Of course, of course. Do you have any other questions, comments, concerns, suggestions?
You got a title in mind, Stefan? You're good at titles.
Um, crime and ghosts. I don't know. Maybe just dust
That's
or ash. Something. Maybe one word. Maybe something in Latin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Whatever.
I'll do what we did for the path, where I just like come up with a phrase, put it in Latin.
Yeah.
That's
Abysum,
abysum and vocat.
vocat.
I
Abesis,
forget
abysum,
what
and
that even
vocat.
meant.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. But
It
off the
sounded
top of my
cool.
head, it does sound cool. Abesis, abysum, and vocat. Either, yeah, you hear anything like that over and over again, you should go the other way.
Yeah.
But I think that, too, the whole cult idea. I think secret societies, you don't know what your neighbors are or what they do in their spare time.
Yeah.
So I think there's fear just in that, you know? But excellent idea, and I think it's again something that you can really play with, and there's a lot of room to grow, and I feel like even if you make it larger than how it is, you'll also contain it in a way that you know feels real. It won't get out of hand. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, thank you. Yeah. If I keep on going with this, I don't know if I will. I'm gonna try to do the NaNoWriMo thing this month. I don't know if you know what that is. It's just
no,
like
what is that?
National Novel Writing Month,
Oh, nice,
and I don't think I'm gonna write a novel, but I just want to try to write every day. So
cool.
if I keep doing this, maybe I'll share it with you.
Well, I'd be lucky too.
Yeah.
So, please keep me in mind.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Stefan.
No problem, pal. Well, guys, you heard it here first. Possible paranormal, supernatural crime drama coming at you from Dan the Man Simcock. Perhaps he'll share it with all of us. But until next time, stay gold. This has been another episode of
Pitch that.